during the confirmation hearing for Amy Coney Barrett, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse wasn't interested in asking any questions. In fact, he didn't ask a single question during his time in the hearing. In fact, he just wanted to focus on giving a presentation of how money in politics influences the outcome of the Supreme Court. Take a look.
The Republican senators filed briefs in that NFIB case signed by Ms. Severino. The woman who helped choose this nominee has written briefs for Republican senators attacking the ACA. Don't say the ACA's not an issue here. And by the way, the Judicial Crisis Network funds the Republican Attorneys General. It funds RAGA, the Republican Attorney General's Association, and it funds individual Republican Attorneys General. And guess who the plaintiffs are in the Affordable Care Act case? Republican Attorneys General. Trump joined them because he didn't want to defend, so he's in with the Republican Attorneys General. But here's the Judicial Crisis Network campaigning for Supreme Court nominees, writing briefs for senators against the Affordable Care Act, supporting the Republicans who are bringing this case, and leading the selection process for this nominee.
So I know why Sheldon Whitehouse didn't ask any questions and he gave that speech instead, because he's like, what's the point? They never answer them. I hear you. And normally when the politicians speechify in these hearings, it drives me nuts. And when they did it yesterday, including the Democrats, I could barely contain myself. Just stop worrying about yourself for 1 second. Worry about the larger issues. But in this case, number one, he had a good reason for not asking her questions. Number two, he had an excellent presentation. Number three, it wasn't about himself or looking good. He was actually hitting on the most important issue. It was an excellent speech. Now, I'm gonna do a quick aside on the ACA because he was talking about that, and then I want to talk about the substance, which is money in politics. So the Republicans say, hey, look, she might overturn Affordable Care Act, but really she won't be able to because they're gonna decide on a narrower issue if she gets on the court by November 10th, and it wouldn't really technically be able to overturn the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. So you shouldn't worry about it. You know, here's how we can not worry about it. If you weren't suing to overturn Obamacare. It makes it, the Republicans make it seem like, oh my God, I love Obamacare. I'm not looking to overturn it or anything. I mean, I want to protect you with your pre-existing condition. Oh golly gee, was it me who sued to overturn it? Oh, come on, man, just admit it. You voted against it over 50 times, you repugnant liars. All right, before I get to money in politics, Anna.
Yeah, I co-sign to everything you said. I mean, look, I usually get annoyed when you filibuster, but this is your time to filibuster because you have the authority to speak about this issue and you do it well. So have at it.
Yeah, so now when you turn to money in politics, Sheldon Whitehouse traces how the money gets into the system in different ways and how the dark money goes to the politicians. Of course, he doesn't finish the thought. I'm not blaming him. He did a great job there and it's much better than the rest. But the obvious correct way of framing that is bribery. When you give people millions of dollars and in total billions of dollars, you expect something in return. Say when the politicians gaslight us and the mainstream media goes along and gaslights us professionally on their behalf, and they do that propaganda and they tell you, no, when a corporation gives a politician millions of dollars, they're talking to them. And it doesn't influence the politician at all because the politician is an honorable person. No one in the country believes them. No one. But that's why mainstream media, honestly, they're liars. That's why they lost the faith of the American people. That's why so many people believe in conspiracy theories because they're like, I don't know what's true or not true. But when ABC, CBS, CNN, NBC, etc., they all tell me that these are all honorable people who are not influenced by the billions of dollars that they're being bribed with every single day. Well, I know one thing, you're a goddamn liar. So I don't believe anything you say. I don't know, maybe it's Soros, maybe it's aliens, maybe it's something else, but it ain't what ABC and CNN is telling me, because that's nothing but an obvious lie. So Sheldon Whitehouse points it out a little bit here, but I would have finished the thought. So how do you finish the thought? Amy Coney Barrett, you are appointed by politicians who have received hundreds of millions of dollars in these legalized bribes. You're also backed by think tanks and conservative organizations that funnel hundreds of millions of dollars into the system, and they all handpicked you. How does that make you feel? Do you think maybe there was a reason why the billionaires chose you to go on the Supreme Court and try to buy that seat. Now, she might not answer that question, but that's gonna get every single media outlet to cover the issue. Because and by the way, they'll criticize Whitehouse. Oh, he made it too personal. The etiquette of civility has been broken in Washington. And they'll all cry about it, but it doesn't matter. It'll get the issue in front of the American people. And they won't listen to Wolf Blitzer when he criticizes Whitehouse. They'll say, hey, there's a Democrat who looks like who's fighting against corruption. I like that. Yeah, why didn't she answer the question of, is she's not concerned that billionaires bought her seat? And out of all the judges in the country, they've handpicked her because they thought, apparently, she's the one that'll do anything we tell her to do. And that's the current state of affairs in America.
Yeah, look, you might get your wish tomorrow because Sheldon Whitehouse has announced that he does plan on asking her some questions during the hearing tomorrow. So we'll see how that plays out. And clearly, since he dedicated his entire presentation to money and politics, he might actually ask her the questions that you're hoping that he asks her. So we'll see.
Wolf-pack.com. Actually fix it.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.